to show you one of my favorite stretches, and that's because I can do it virtually anywhere as long as I got a door frame. So for this stretch, this is for the low back, and what we're going to be targeting is the big lat muscles that run all the way down and into the top of that iliac crest back here. We're going to hit the quadratus lumborum that run between the bottom of the rib cage and top of the hips. And we're going to also be opening up the rib cage, those intercostal muscles, create more space and movement in there as well. So in order to do this, all you're going to do is you're going to stand in the middle of the door frame, put your hands up so that you're grabbing the tops of the door frame with your fingers, and notice my arms are straight above me right now. I'm going to shift them off to the right side. So you notice there's now a 45-degree angle going here because I'm going to be stretching the left side. So I shift them off to the right, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my hips toward the door frame on the left. So keeping my feet where they are, I'm just going to drop my hips out. So now you can see, obviously, that there's a stretch happening in here, and for some people this will be enough of a stretch, and this will be kind of where you'll hang out, literally. And what I'd want you to do is take some deep breaths into this side, especially into the rib cage, imagining that you're just really expanding it, both front to back, side to side, and also elongating it as you take that breath in. And as you breathe out, see if you can kind of let the hips drop a little bit more toward the door frame here. The goal is to really get that to let go. So I would recommend 3 to 5 breaths like that. Now, so that's kind of the beginning stage. The next stage of this would be same thing, same starting position like so. And now we're going to add a little more traction. We're going to do that by bending our knees and dropping the hips still toward that left side of the door frame. By bending the knees, you're adding more traction, you're adding more weight. It's almost like having a weight belt around your waist here. And again, in this position, same thing. You're going to take that deep breath in, into the rib cage, expanding it, breathing out. And this time when you breathe out, you're going to bend your knees a little more as you drop those hips toward the left side of the door frame. And again, expand that rib cage, feel it all the way down into the top of the hip. Breathe out and let it drop some more. All right, so that's the intermediate level of this. That's the one I tend to hang out in a lot. Now, if you have a lot of tightness also through the outside of the hip, we can attack or treat this whole side of the body, all that connective tissue, by doing this a little differently. Again, hands off to the side. What I'm going to do this time, though, and I know you can't see my feet, I'm going to take this right leg, cross it over the left, and notice now how my left leg is almost touching the door frame over here. So it's angled off. So now I'm also in this position where I'm going to target the hips with it. So I'm not just bending my legs, keeping them, both in the same position. Now I've got this left leg behind me and off to the right side. So in this position, same thing. Now I'm going to bend this front leg and drop the weight and push the hips over this way. So this is the most extreme way to do it, but this will get that whole side of the body all the way down through the hips as well. And again, take 3 to 5 deep breaths. You're going to breathe into that whole side of the body, imagining it opening up, expanding with the in-breath. With the out-breath, imagining it lengthening, and feel it drop even more. It's a really great feeling when you do this. You're going to target and hit areas that maybe don't normally get stretched. Say if you're using a foam roller or you're doing normal lower body stretches, things like this, oftentimes the back, the quadratus lumborum and the lats don't get the kind of stretch they need. Definitely side hip doesn't usually get the kind of stretch it needs. And these are all areas that can get really tight and really compressed with long hours of sitting or a lot of repetitive motion. So go ahead and give this a try and let me know how it goes.